today's edition of The Play. Could state employees see a pay raise this year? And comparison shopping for surgery. But first, opening statements were made Wednesday in the case of Rebecca Bryan. Now, here with more details on this story and other articles you'll see in Thursday's Oklahoman is assistant local editor Nick Turgakos. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
All right, well, Rebecca Bryan is accused in the shooting death of her husband, Nichols Hills Fire Chief Keith Bryan. Nick, what's the latest in the case and what can we expect over the next few days?
Well, if what we're going to see over the next few days matches what we saw today, this is going to be one of the more interesting and maybe even salacious trials that we've had in a while in the area. They held opening statements today. The defense said they are sticking to a story presented earlier that there was a unknown man who rushed into the house and shot the fire chief and then took off. Witnesses today who testified painted a different picture. They said that Rebecca Bryan was not upset or in grief about what happened to her husband, and in fact that she had been having multiple affairs with men, possibly even on the day that her husband was killed, and displayed some extremely strange behavior. Some of the testimony in court, it's not even suitable to repeat out loud, really. So we'll get into that in the newspaper, and like I said, all indications are this could be a very interesting case moving forward.
Yeah, some drama may be involved. All right. Well, the budget for the 2014 fiscal year did not include raises for state workers, but some Oklahoma lawmakers have a proposal to increase pay for the employees. Now, what is the solution?
Well, one thing that's been floated at the Capitol, and it kind of came out today, one of the budget leaders in the House suggested that if state agencies want to give raises to their employees, that they should tap into a series of revolving funds that a lot of agencies have. We've reported on this revolving fund phenomenon in the paper here recently, and what it is just extra money that the agencies stock up and have on hand in case of a rainy day, and what we found out was that most of the agencies really don't have any plans to do anything with it. So lawmakers, maybe in a little bit of a backlash, said, hey, if you want to give raises to people, why don't you use these funds that you have sitting around?
Interesting. All right. That will definitely make for some interesting discussion. All right. Surgeries and other procedures can get pretty costly, but now patients can compare prices before choosing an Oklahoma hospital. Where can people find this information?
Well, the federal government put out some data today that lets people out in the public get on their computer and go to a searchable database where you can look up what certain procedures cost at certain hospitals. And it's a great tool to say, I need to have a hip replacement. How much does it cost at OU Medical Center versus how much does it cost at Integris? The hospitals say that the numbers may be a little bit misleading because just because the procedure may have this set amount, it might not be what the patient ends up paying in the end. The government says that the numbers are still relevant because it's a good starting point for people when they're kind of comparing their medical options for something where you don't just have to rush into the hospital and don't really have a choice where you can go.
Right.
We're doing a very nice treatment on our front page tomorrow where we'll link and on News OK and link to the database so that people can go and give it a spin themselves.
Wow, interesting. That's something that I need to check out as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that's obviously an interesting point for people to be able to utilize. That's great. Okay, well, all of these stories obviously will be in Thursday's Oklahoman and on newsok.com. So thank you for joining us for The Play, where you get tomorrow's headlines today. Thanks, Nick.
Sure.